Welcome back to the Approach Women program. This is lesson 4, comfort zones. Comfort zone is the idea that there is a boundary of behaviors where they begin to feel abnormal or risky. People with a lot of anxiety and neuroticism have small comfort zones and therefore are limited to a small amount of actions. This would be you. Social conditioning. Society is very much built on the idea of being as comfortable as possible. There are a lot of reasons for this, which I'm not going to totally get into, but what happens is people in a society put pressure on each other to keep everyone comfortable. That means that if there's something that might make me uncomfortable, I'm going to exert pressure on you and the people around me to not do that. Actions that can potentially make people uncomfortable are frowned upon, and therefore they become harder to perform. Therefore, expanding one's comfort zone often requires the courage to go against social conventions, something which maybe some of you have never really done before. But just because something feels uncomfortable does not mean that it's wrong, or even that one shouldn't do it. See, there's a big mistake that I think modern society makes, and that is that they equate comfort with happiness. Comfort is not the same thing as happiness. To make positive changes for happiness, we often have to make ourselves and others feel uncomfortable. For instance, you are probably very comfortable watching this video, but you are sitting in your chair by yourself, relaxed, whatever, but you're not happy with your love life. There is something that you're deeply not happy about, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting here watching this. On the flip side of that, the actions in this program that we're going to have you do are going to make you uncomfortable, but once you've done them, your happiness will increase by quite a bit because you'll be meeting more women, having more success with them. Anything worth having requires one to feel some level of discomfort, whether it's starting a new business, trying out for a new team, approaching a woman that you think is attractive, asking your boss for a raise. Any of these things, they're uncomfortable because they're unconventional. You don't get ahead unless you're willing to be unconventional. The exercises in this program are designed to push you to do actions that aren't completely comfortable. The goal is to push you to do actions outside your comfort zone while still being attainable. If it feels awkward, then that means it's working. So watch out for your defense mechanisms, even with this very program. I had a student about a year ago who I gave him the simple task of walking up to a girl and asking her what time it was. That was it. And he turned to me and tried to explain to me that that was weird and that it was unacceptable and that I should have him do something else because he didn't want to do it. That's a really extreme case, but as anybody could tell you, it's not weird or unacceptable or out of line to walk up to somebody and ask for the time. It made him uncomfortable. And instead of noticing the anxiety and dealing with the anxiety and fighting through the anxiety, he blamed me for not coaching him well enough. Life experiences. Everything you've done has required you to push your comfort zone at some point in time. Whether it was the first day of school, getting a new job, learning a language, learning an instrument, moving to a new town. All these things started with a level of discomfort that you had to fight through. So, your exercise is to write down 3 experiences where you were totally uncomfortable or even embarrassed to do something, but afterward that you were glad you did. This could be anything in your life. Describe how that experience has influenced your life and made it more positive.